Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
So it's just funny, like, how much of a fucking loser you are. That you need to have a joint to catch a long train, right?
Need to. It just makes the train trip less shit.
Yeah. And why are you going out on a long train ride?
I won't worry about it.
So is it...
I'm going fuck. I've got a booty call in Gosford.
Is it...
Why are you wearing, like, nerd socks, shoes combo?
They're Adidas. They're sick.
Is it for sexual reasons?
Yeah, I would like to wear socks. No, I just like them. I think they look cool.
No, I meant the trip up there. Is it?
Oh, yeah. I've got a booty call in Gosford.
That's a
Shipping up to Gosford.
God, that is a long way to go to have bus one.
To find my wooden dick.
I came up...
Because the government keeps cancelling these music festivals, man.
Yeah, I was booked to play Mountain Sounds festivals. Fuck you, whatever that chick's name is.
He was playing keyboard for Courtney Barnett.
I was.
Yeah.
I was so gutted.
Yeah, he was going to do Butt Baby during a solo. He was going to knock them dead. He was going to tumble the mountain.
Yeah, I was going to do comedy for free during the festival, and then it got cancelled, but I'd already booked my shitty hotel room. So I was like, come through. And now I'm just going up to Gosford to a booty call.
Did you really just write the message saying come through?
Yes, bitch, come
That would
through.
be, yeah, that'd be
the
so
booty call
funny.
I was gonna take. It's a friend of mine. I was gonna take her as like my +1 to the festival anyway.
Yeah.
And this is like, well, I'll take you to a different kind of festival.
The Hastings Fuck Festival.
Yeah, dude. It's like the Fire Festival.
Yeah, there'll be some, yeah.
It's
There
a
were-
colossal disappointment.
There'll be some mountain sounds tonight of you mounting this woman.
That's funny. That's funny.
Mountain
So I came.
Sounds is a
I
funny phrase.
I
That's
didn't
very
wanna,
good.
I didn't want to.
If we named our episodes, I'd say we should name this Mountain Sounds.
I'd say if we could-
spelled
But
like
if we could retroactively rename the podcast, it would be mounting
Mountain Sounds. And
Okay, we
That-
should
that
just.
was an old pickup line I heard. Just when I ask you the question, just say yes.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. The second
Oh my
question.
lord.
Hang on, no.
Oh my
No,
god.
I've got it. Hey, what's
Okay.
your name?
Yes. You
God
told
damn
me
it.
to answer yes to every question.
I said to the second question.
Oh, you said every question.
I like that you didn't trust Jamie to intuit this.
This is improv. Let's
And
go.
this is going to be so
What's
bad.
your name? Yes, and.
Yeah, go
what's
again.
your name?
Oh, it's Jamie.
Hi, I'm Franklin. Jamie, do you like water?
Yes.
Do you want to Mount Franklin?
That's good.
Damn.
Damn.
Damn, that's some cold ass shit.
Now, obviously, what we need to do is Photoshop the next selfie poster into the pet shop. No, what are they called? What are the Beach Boys into
Yeah.
into
Pet
the pet
sounds.
sounds? Yeah,
Mountain
except it's mountain
sounds.
sounds, and
I
it's just
saw,
all of us having sex.
I saw Brian Wilson play the 50th anniversary of Pet Sounds. It was great.
I saw me mount a chick.
Yeah. I watched How I Met Your Mother where they play Kokomo over one of the songs. So yeah, I've kind of seen Beach Boys live too.
Yeah.
I didn't write a fan fiction this week.
Okay.
Because I'm going to go straight off the top of the dome.
All right, freestyle.
So this one is going to be bad. I have a basic.
You mean the other two weren't?
The other two took a long time to write.
Hours, months.
More than, yeah, I've been since before this podcast, I've been writing this fan fiction being like, one day I'll have an outlet for it. I've got an idea in my head of what it's going to be, and I also found a way to maybe incorporate Rose's talents for mimicry.
Ooh.
But it's mostly going to be Rose mimicking a bunch of people that no one has ever heard of.
Yeah.
But some
And
of
we're
them
going to be
have
like,
been on
damn, that's accurate.
but some of them have been on the
Okay.
podcast.
So,
Well, you don't know who he's going to...
Well, I'm assuming one of them is Sam Taunton.
yeah, probably. But we'll get there. So, basically, to recap, listeners, Hastings took on Pat Doherty and won.
Halloween Town is a mark.
Yeah. Hastings took on Pat Doherty and won with an assist from Sam and Dean Winchester, who blew his stomach out. With
And
a
I was there
shotgun.
with Jack Skellington, obviously.
Yeah, your best friend in the world, Jack Skellington.
Yeah.
Not M. Night.
M. Night Shyamalan.
The lack of script here is going to make this seem like a little kid who's just like making up a story while he's playing with his toys.
Yeah, seems like.
Yeah. I have an Andrew Hastings action figure I plot out the beats with at home. I poke him in the penis and then he gets horny for some reason.
You pull my penis and go, I got a snake in my boob. That's when you jerk off the dog.
Well, this is basically how I write the fan fiction
And then you
anyway.
jerk
I
off into a
just
shoe.
I just have a computer, and then I'm just like, what's the next thing I can think of about Hastings? So Basically, M Shadows and Sinister Gates were knocked out. So by the force of Pat Doherty.
Yeah, because we're doing JRPG party fighting
It's
rules.
funny you should say JRPG because the next scene takes place in an inn. Because we had to stop and heal M Shadows and Sinister
you've written a
Gates.
JRPG,
Yeah,
Jamie.
it's kind of like the Roadhouse from Supernatural, the bar where Sam and Dean went to hang out.
Also kind of like the Pokemon Center from Pokemon.
Sure, but there are no Pokemon in this yet.
I need one of them right now to just
What, a Pokemon?
No, where you just magically get fixed.
Yeah, that's how the Pokemon Centers work.
Yeah, well, that's how an inn works in a
fight against this
JRPG.
terrible fan fiction.
Hit me, baby.
It's not terrible either. It's actually very good and probably everyone's favorite part of the podcast.
I think it's honestly like I was against it until I was in it, and then
You're in it immediately.
Yeah, it was a tough
he
1
hated
second
it for about 10 seconds, and then
It
suddenly-
indulged every of his worst
Yeah.
impulses.
Yeah.
And then he said,
Narcissism, bucket attitude. If we were to make a JRPG character of you,
rude, lewd, and got a
Yeah.
bucket attitude.
Bucket attitude is very funny.
so you're at the Roadhouse.
They're going to start a new band called NWBH.
I don't want to. Nice people with bucket attitude.
yeah, feels like holding a fart in.
Yeah, kind of. And I've just shit in my pants. But,
He's screaming the end.
so yeah. So we're all at the Roadhouse while M Shadows and Sinister Gates rest up. A few more of Hastings' comedian friends have joined the party. Among them, Jack Wright.
And he said,
Just fucking do something.
was very confused about where he was. So said, here's a couple of things I don't understand.
And Hastings
Yes.
said, "Oh, Jack, you fool. You've been doing comedy 1 year longer than me, but are clearly worse." And Jack Wright says,
Here's a couple of things I don't understand.
and Hastings says, "You simple idiot, Jack," and pats him on the head. There's a big laugh across the table from pro comedian Daniel Towns.
and he said,
This is my favorite thing.
It's good. It's good to be here. Tom Hanks doesn't have a signature. He just writes thanks.
just burning other comics material on the pod.
Yeah,
I reckon he would very happily let
Hey,
that one go out.
Hastings asks them, "Guys, we don't have to do material around here. Let's just be natural. Let's riff. We're comedians." And Dean goes, Dean from Supernatural, obviously, goes, "Is this what it's like hanging out with a bunch of comedians? Just jokes? I fucking love it, man." Hastings says,
I wish I could be one of you guys.
Yeah. Dean gets a little too close to Hastings and starts asking questions about open mics. "So is it easy? Do you get nervous, Andrew?" You can play Andrew in this.
Dean, look, just hit an open mic and then we'll talk, okay?
So Dean is like, "So where can I get the info about open mics? Would you maybe recommend me
Just
to
Google it, Dean. Just Google it.
I was thinking of emailing maybe like the guy at Papagetti's. Like,
That's a good idea, actually. That's a good place to start. I think that's where all, like, in terms of, like, newcomers, it's a little rough, but it's pretty easy to get on, so, like, probably a good place to start.
Hastings had led Dean Winchester into a trap. Dean Winchester asked to email the guy, and Hastings did not correct him, thus losing 40 of his hit woke points.
If you're an open mic and listening to this podcast, by the way, it's rosepiper@gmail.com.
And you're right.
It's actually not that.
Right in the subject, we'll just tell your mother we ate it all, big fan spot request. And you'll immediately get bumped up to MC.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you
It's
got
$50 to
email
MC.
wrong, you dumb.
So everyone's hanging out. Hastings is talking to his best friend, Jack Skellington, and Jack is like,
Because
wow.
Jack gets it.
Yeah, Jack gets it. He says he's talking about Kat Dennings, and he's like, "Man, I think like she's got to be in my top 10." Hastings high fives him, and then Jack goes, "I don't know, man. We're trying to find Corpse Bride. Oogie Boogie's on the way. Also, Halloween Town seems to be fucked up. Everything's going to shit." And Dean,
That's definitely how Jack Skellington talks.
that's exactly how he talks, but sometimes he gets up and sings it.
Yeah. Halloween Town is a bit fucked.
So then Sam and Dean go, "Don't worry, this is the Roadhouse. Nothing bad ever happens here." Just then, a tiny, shriveled, old, feeble man walks in and goes, "I beg to differ." Hastings looks at the guy. He seems like he has a passing familiarity with him, but he can't quite pick it out. This is gonna be so bad.
Sam looks very confused. Not Sam in the story.
Yeah. Sam Winchester also looks very confused in the story.
Yeah, he just wanted info on open mics.
Yeah.
They're going to be the new Stevenson experience.
How about that story from last night? That was funny.
Yeah.
We can tell that. The small, shriveled man limps in very slowly. He says, Hastings, I know you want to find corpse bride, but maybe you could get distracted. And suddenly he shows a wave of pictures of girls sending nudes to you. It's your libido, this shrunken, shriveled man. You say, I don't recognize you. And he goes, maybe with the help of a little friend. Then he pops 2 blue pills and he becomes a massive, towering penis with a little brown freckle. He is
dick alone.
He is adorable, but
you.
also sexual and raw.
I love this one. This is the most important piece of literature ever written.
And I haven't figured out what to do after that yet. So we'll end on the cliffhanger that Hastings' giant penis is fighting everyone at the Roadhouse.
Fighting Pat Doherty.
Which means that this can just keep going longer in perpetuity.
Yeah.
I've already figured out the ending as well, in case you know. Like, you know how, like, J.K. Rowling said...
She wrote the last chapter.
Yeah, it was
last.
like his scar is in the last sentence.
Yeah.
If you could guess what is in the last sentence of the Andrew Hastings fan fiction, what would you bet it is?
His penis hadn't heard in years.
Well, that would be untrue.
I'm sucked.
You're so close. It rhymes with sucks.
Oh, and then I fucked her.
Yeah, that's the last sentence. So the point of the fan fiction is...
Pretty cool way to live.
The point of the fan fiction is to be a really long, rambling, not that good story that takes place over several episodes and then ends with, then I fucked her. So it truly becomes a meta commentary on Andrew Hastings through fan fiction about
that's
him.
The
Sounds like a pretty
Hastings
cool
version
story.
of And then I woke
Sounds
up.
Sounds like a pretty cool story to me.
Sounds like a pretty cool story and a pretty cool guy, if you ask me.
I think this protagonist is engaging.
What if they
I just
rebooted?
rubbed nail polish remover in my eye.
Yeah.
no.
That's never pleasant.
Yeah.
What if they rebooted Californication with you?
The TV show or the
Yeah.
album?
Both.
I mean,
Which would you rather do?
Oof, that's a big question. Am I playing bass or am I?
You can play whatever instrument you want, but
You can get freaky styly on that.
I want to
full
play.
string.
I want to play the David Duchovny in the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
But yeah, in Californication, you can fuck that girl from The Nanny.
That's true. That is true. Also, yeah, there's a lot of hot chicks in Californication.
Yeah,
That's my whole point.
And
that's
that
good.
fat bald guy from Sex and the City.
Yes.
Yep. He's also in Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip.
Yeah, he is. He's the asshole writer.
He's the
right?
asshole writer
who
who
kicks
leaves.
out Matt Albee and Danny Tripp.
He leaves the show eventually to work on Peripheral Vision.
Peripheral
Man.
Vision, Peripheral Vision Man. But in order to network, right?
Yeah. They're getting
It's a sketch called
that gets
Peripheral
a
Vision.
spin-off. And there's a bit where like Matt Albee, who's played by Chandler Bing, who's played by Matthew Perry, gives some sage advice. He's leaving, and the way he like reconciles it all, he goes, "Fine, I'll give you one," because the guy's a bad writer, but he's whatever. There you go.
You're
And-
just describing the plot of a show.
Yeah.
But it's very funny. Matt Albee's like this genius creative comedy writer who you never once see be funny in the show.
Yeah. Every sketch is.
It's
dog
just like that's the worst, and he's like, it's such an important sketch. But this one he goes, this is his like, fine, I'll help you. Give him a sidekick to get the exposition out of the way. It's the worst fucking show.
I love that after that, and then it's like, and then Peripheral Vision Man was successful for 12 years.
Yeah, that's the implication is that the show's good now because he fixed it.
I fucking, that show, man, I like, because it's meant to be, because it came out the same year as 30 Rock, and everyone was like, 30 Rock's going to go down the shitter.
Yeah, because Sorkin was king of the world at that time.
Yeah. And then in the middle of this, like, even when it was dramatic, like, that's cool to find out, like, the behind-the-scenes workings. But they had to shoehorn in fucking Iraq in there somehow with this insane...
It's like right at the end with, like, 2 episodes.
An insane subplot about how one of the stars of this late-night, like, Saturday Night Live show gets captured in Iraq.
There's a lot of 9/11 shit in it, I remember.
And the
Like, they
military gets involved with the show.
The sort of the catalyst for the whole show is...
Man, Aaron Sorkin can suck me.
I love the West Wing so much. I like Moneyball a lot as well. Moneyball's a great film.
Is Moneyball Sorkin?
Yeah.
I like that one about Facebook.
Oh yeah, Social Network's great. Yeah. Yeah, Sorkin's a good writer, man. He's just a dick. Like, he's a good writer.
And he's also like he gives in when he has.
The newsroom is trash.
The problem is
I like the first season,
problem is
but you
that-
can't take him seriously. Like,
The problem is that he has complete creative control over stuff when he needs someone to rein him in a little.
totally. That's the Vince Russo, Vince McMahon theory. It's a wrestling thing. Don't worry about it.
I won't ever again.
Maybe that's what you need in your stand-up, like a mentor.
No.
I am his
Stop
mentor.
doing butt baby.
I haven't done Butt Baby in a long time, and it was a good bit when I used to do it.
I'm his mentor in stand-up.
That's true, even though I've been doing it longer. But
Yeah, well, some people just rise quicker.
yeah, cool.
Some people need help from a little of their friends to rise, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you're my Viagra, Jamie.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
help me. You,
Jamie's also older and more worldly.
Yeah. You swallow me, and you get hard.
yeah. Like,
It sounds like we're having gay sex now. Just-
yeah.
And you are.
Sounds like.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right, let's do this fucking podcast.
We are doing it. This is the podcast.
What?
Yeah.
That was all off the record.
We're 15 minutes in. Yeah. Would you like if I, before we recorded every time, I just tell you a story to get you pumped for the podcast? Yeah, like, tell me more about what happens to me so I can be fun.
Some people do
I
that.
need it
is
to
they,
be
like,
funny.
Genuinely sit there and like warm up.
Yeah, that's so.
What,
dumb.
like, go like, mummy, mamu, mama, mama, red,
No, like
yellow.
sit there and like have a chat to like get them going.
No,
I think,
that's
if you
boring.
don't know the person that well, you need that. I've done podcasts where I'm not that close with the guy.
Yeah.
And it's like you need a bit to like just get used to each other's.
That's why they do
Company a
the.
little
That's
bit.
why they do the Pete Holmes, like
Yeah.
the fade in on
Yeah.
the.
Yeah.
Are we recording? Kind
Yeah.
of.
But I
thing.
feel like when it's the three of us, you know, I feel like I've hung out with you guys before.
Yeah,
I think we're
this
going to
is-
be okay.
This is like the Let It Be sessions where we just press record and like, the sooner we do this, the sooner we can get the fuck out of here.
yeah, I do need to go to Gosford. All right. What was I saying? Yeah, let's talk about this fucking movie.
Yeah. Welcome to the World. Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All podcast about teen sex comedies. Jamie Kirk.
Rose Piper.
Andrew Hastings, the skeleton kid.
I think, maybe people know who we are now. They can. How good would that be if they could pick out our
That's,
voices?
that's
Yeah,
assuming they've listened to every episode. You have to assume that every episode is someone's first episode.
Which one
No.
do you think you all are in the photo?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good. That's a good. It's a pity that everyone we know is the listenership of this podcast.
I think
Yeah.
they did with Little Dum Dum Club once is they got listeners who had never seen photos because there was a lot who didn't know what they look like write in drawings of what they think they look like. I think that's an interesting idea.
Damn, it's a pity we've posted like years and years worth of pictures on our thing.
Yeah. It's
Also,
called,
it's pretty.
yeah, it's called promotion, Jamie. Look
I
it
would
up.
say if you looked at any selfie of us, it's pretty easy to guess which one is which based on like trans person, disgusting emo, and the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely no physically defining feature about you, fat boy.
No, but like at least,
Yes, it's
like,
because there's
we've
the
also,
weird
like-
emo in the bucket hat. It's pretty obviously.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
also
who is
gone
also
in-
fat.
We've gone into pretty long detail about what everyone looks like.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Anyway,
I am fat as shit at the moment.
I was saying last night, I think you look good.
Oh, guess what? I went to the
With a
dentist today.
H girl.
Yes, thank you. Pretty hot and tempting. I
There's no T in me.
fat.
Pretty hot.
Oh,
and tempting.
right, okay,
Fat.
right.
Fucking you're a fat idiot. That's what you are.
Yeah.
You big fat idiot. I went to the dentist this morning. Apparently,
Brag.
like for someone who smokes and drinks all the time, I have very good teeth.
I'm more concerned about all these candies that are falling out of your pockets.
Don't you? That's between me and the candies. But I got told, so the dental like hygienist who cleans my teeth was in there, and then like the actual dentist comes in to have a look at stuff, and she told me I had a gorgeous mouth, which makes it
Damn.
which makes me sound like a prison.
Yeah,
bitch
you're a
somewhere,
prison,
you know,
yeah.
where someone's like, "Yo, you got a gorgeous
you
mouth."
got a gorgeous mouth. I don't know what
that,
voice
like,
it
like
is.
make
the
me-
dentist that walking in going, yo, what that mouth do?
Yeah, yeah, and then a dick flopped into my mouth.
Do you think I'd look good with grills?
No.
No.
I don't think you'd look
I think
good
you'd
with
look good
anything.
grilled because I could eat you. I'd
Okay.
eat you up.
Like a
That
little.
really hurt me once as I turned up to a gig recently at Hive, I think. And
And you stepped on a grill?
Well, I was wearing the like red bandana in my hair.
Yeah.
And Dan
Yeah,
Rath, like since
'cause you're a blood.
me, he's
Yeah.
like, do you work at Grill?
That's pretty good.
That's very funny.
We should get Rafi on the pod.
But he just
Man.
like he wasn't being a dick. He just like sincerely asked me that.
That's funny. I used to fuck a chick that worked at Grilled. That's the whole story.
Did you have to put a bottle cap in a jar at the end?
Yeah.
Donate to her chlamydia removal fund.
No. Her dad recognized me from stand-up, which is funny.
How many dads have recognized you from stand-up, or is this just the one person?
No. I think like 2 or 3.
I got recognized from stand-up in Stonewall last night.
That's pretty cool.
That's sick.
I've gotten recognized off stand-up from Tinder a few times.
I've actually been recognized a few times lately. It feels good.
Me too. I had actual fans the other day at Misfits.
That's pretty cool.
And then I was drunk and started running my mouth about my opinions about people in comedy, and they did not care one iota for it.
Damn. I'm going to Adelaide next week, the one place I have fans. So
Yeah, that's like what do they call that when like unpopular bands go to like Japan? or
oh yeah,
something?
guys who are big in South America or whatever.
Hasselhoff syndrome.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
like when 311 does a cruise for some reason because they're done touring like stadiums.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a new metal cruise? Like,
Yeah.
and I'm sure the Red Hot Chili Peppers will do a cruise or something. at
There-
some
there
point.
was-
I
one-
reckon Chili Peppers will eventually do a Vegas thing.
There was one that was like, it was amazing. It was
the
like,
Biscuit was on one.
yeah, but there was one as well that was like fucking like Sugar Ray, Smash Mouth, like all the bands of that ilk.
Yeah, Weezer have done one too, and I know
Yeah.
Paramore have done one as well.
Yeah, they've done a few.
the Parahoy.
They do it every year, I think.
That seems like something you'd eat up if you're in the States.
Yeah, absolutely, I would.
Just a cruise with Hayley Williams.
so you're in a bikini, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder how much time
I
she
don't
spends out.
reckon that.
They're also like one of my favorite bands. Like I love that band so much.
Yeah, but how much time do you reckon they spend hanging out? Like, Hayley
Oh,
Williams
none.
surely couldn't get
There
around.
was a pro wrestling one. There was Cruise of Jericho. Chris Jericho just put on his own cruise with wrestling on it
That's
recently.
cool.
Yeah.
So, but what? Do they wrestle?
Yeah, they wrestle on the cruise.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's sick. And it was
I
like
mean,
a big name wrestler organizer.
I'd go on a cruise to watch
There-
something fucked.
There were like a lot of big names on it. It was like a big. It was like
Well,
a.
just go out to international waters to commit crimes.
It was like a proper.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Pro
watching
wrestling
wrestling,
cruise.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Kenny Omega was there. He's like probably the best wrestler in the world.
Match.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually kill each other. At the end.
Man, we should do that.
I want to get one of those flick knives, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd be sick.
I've like thought about buying a
Maybe
knife.
kill some people.
I had a novelty one of them that when you pushed it, the like switchblade came out, but it was a comb.
That's pretty
Oh, yeah, I've seen one of those before.
cool. Yeah.
I
that's-
want one with a blade, though, that I can jab in flesh.
I like the idea of just owning like a real sick. Yeah.
We should get
like
guns.
switchblade. We should get guns. I've always wanted a gun. Have you ever shot a gun?
No.
I would
He
love
doesn't
to.
want to get guns. He just wants to get a really big forearm.
And delts.
What kind of gun would you like?
Man, a solid gold Glock
I would think. Have you seen?
or silver.
Have you seen Face Off?
No, but I know what it is.
Oh, really?
I know what it is.
Because he's got like
totally
these
part of
two
it.
gold pistols that he
Yeah,
carries around
sick.
in a suitcase.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
something like that, maybe with like a dragon on them and shit.
I'd get like. Did you ever play like Goldeneye on Nintendo 64?
Yeah, of course.
I'd get the golden PP7, which was.
I imagine
like
you've
you
got
had
to
to unlock.
called your dick a clob at one point. Right?
Clob. That's a mad Goldeneye deep cut
Yeah.
there. It's a Trevelyan.
Mine's a PP7 inches.
Boris.
But
PP7
7
inches.
inches isn't
That's-
Yeah,
anything to
exactly.
sneeze at. That's
Mine's
7
a-
inches is quite big.
mine's a PP7.
They're quite big.
Mine's a PP7
Oh,
centimeters.
6 is like normal.
5.5 is average.
Yeah, 6 is like.
Some would
solid.
even say 3 is average.
Some.
Some people.
He
would
took
say.
the average of men in your house.
There are independent studies that say in households
Very
in
independent
Redfern-
studies.
I reckon if you were presented with a 3-inch dick, you would be like, yeah, that's pretty fucking average.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
7's like above
3
average.
inches
7's like solid.
7's above average, but I wouldn't say it's like quite big.
I would say 7 is.
I
Listener,
think-
right in.
I think a woman would say that 7 inches hard is like pretty
Pretty
insane.
impressive.
But what about this woman
You've-
with a good old 9-incher?
That's
Yeah, well,
fucked.
that's like too much.
You're crazy, dog.
People must hurt.
Yeah.
Everybody
If I had,
hurts.
Yeah, sometimes.
if I had a 9-inch dick, I'd want to remove too. Like,
Yeah. I'm glad I have an
It is
indep- I'm glad I
not
have an
always good.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I have an independently studied average size penis.
yeah. I'm glad I have
Went
a
into a bit of Sam Taunton there. Penis.
penis.
Penis, right?
Man. Must be so disappointing to all those women that he's that hot, but definitely gay. Like it must be.
I thought you were going to go with has a 3-inch penis. but-
No. I'm saying he has a lisp. That was the point of that.
Has he? Sam? Oh yeah, Sam's done our podcast.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
Yeah. What movie are we doing?
Jawbreaker.
What'd you think,
Bad. Next.
Rose? What'd you think?
Next episode.
That's the end of the show.
Yeah. I thought that the
Oof.
Anyone listen to Thank You Next yet?
Not the whole album. Not the whole
it's
album.
Great.
Yeah, it's great.
The song Bloodline is, what a killer.
The
Love
one
that.
that's kind
And
of
Break
to the,
Up With Your Girlfriend is great.
Oh yeah, Break Up With Your Girlfriend is great. The one that kind of like I didn't like was the one that's kind of like to the tune of Favorite Things from The Sound of Music. I think it's called
I love
Seven
that
Rings.
song. I fucking love that song.
But I mean,
That's
Thank
real
You
good.
Next is great.
Thank you. I like that song. I know that song.
Yeah.
All the lead-in singles are great. The album itself is great. Anyway, my point about the movie was that like good performances are lost on a bad movie.
I think
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was very charming. I thought it was very cool.
It is in a way very up your alley.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rose
yeah.
McGowan
It's
is.
got
I would
Rose McGowan.
love to get up her
essentially-
alley.
I can't imagine the like fucking chub you got during her and Marilyn Manson sex.
Oh
scene.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Man.
she's essentially wearing a
Manson.
corset for half the movie,
Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
imagine is something you're into.
I got my hair chemically straightened the night before, and I recently gave myself a moustache.
just so you could look.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even
You
see it.
posted a photo to your Instagram story that made you look like that classic image of like the emo dad.
Yeah.
It was no good.
Yeah, it's like I've showered it out now, and it's like chilled out. It's like a bit more normal. It's just relaxed. But yeah, I was like watching the movie. I was like, oh, that's what I look like now. It was so cool. I loved Marilyn Manson in it.
Man, what if you had a kid?
Don't. I'll green out again.
Like, look at
Is that how it started?
yes.
But like, imagine you like in a bath with your child.
Yeah, man.
And he's looking at your shitty body covered in tattoos. You got a chemically straightened hair. You still got a bucket hat on for some reason.
They're good tattoos.
I didn't say shitty tattoos.
I know, and I'm saying let's.
But you have in the past.
I've
Let's
said
not
some
run
of
from
them.
it.
Some of them are shitty. Some of
That's
them are
what we've
very
said.
good. That's something
I like
quite good.
Blinky.
Blinky's great. I think my chest piece is nice.
What is that?
It's a crown with two flowers around it.
About Crown. So it's to commemorate Crown Comedy's two venues, Parramatta and Lewisham.
Parramatta Lewisham, right above each rose. Yeah, that is what it is.
Six Semper Tyrannis.
Yeah, there's the Crown and Anchor in Newcastle, and there's the Crown and Anchor in Adelaide, which would both also do.
What if
comedy.
you got how's this for a bad punk band name?
I also have an anchor tattoo.
Jawbreaker?
No. Six Semper Moranis.
What's
which
that?
meant Death to Moranis.
Like Rick Moranis.
yeah. Instead of Six Semper Tyrannis.
Tyrannus,
which is, yeah.
tyranny. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's
Six Semper
but Rick
Moranis.
Moranis rules.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Six Semper Moranis as a punk band is a perfect shitty
What
punk
about
band
Rick
name.
Moranosaurus Rex?
Yeah, Rick Moranosaurus Rex. is
What
pretty
about
about
Ricka Morana Rorda? I'm trying to do rigor mortis Rick Moranis. I'm
What
trying to do
about-
something with that.
I thought you were
Rick-
going to go with Rick and Morty.
That's
Rick-
not bad either.
what the band name's just called Rick and Morty?
Oh, man. There is
I'm Pickle Rick.
The
There-
smartest punk band in the world.
There is 100% a band that's just
What
called
about
Rick
Rick
and Morty,
Moranis?
for sure.
I
like that.
You know,
That's
like
the gay
I'm sure
porn-
he didn't get
that's the-
called that in
that's
school
the
every
gay
day.
porn Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
Rick Moranis.
Stick Moranis.
I feel like people weren't
Dick
that clever
Moranis.
back then.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I bet you
It would have
they
been like the
were.
60s or something when he was in school, man. Like,
Moranis Horribilis.
Nah, people didn't learn to bully just in the last 20
No,
years.
but like weird wordplay about anus is like was anus have been one? a
Well,
word?
anus was still a scientific term to describe your
been-
And
anus.
it's like
for a
rip
long
my
time.
anus is a very great. Like I don't know, man, it just doesn't sound very 60s
Rip
to
my
me.
anus.
There would
Rip
have been
is
like
good.
Rip my anus is the best one so far.
yeah, Freddie my anus. What was I saying?
Well,
Something
Freddie said his nickname was Fuck My Anus.
yeah. Speaking of but he's younger than us.
He's a cherub.
Yeah.
Baby face.
Speaking of bad punk bands, that Ned Flanders band that went viral a little bit a few years
Oh,
ago.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I actually
Oh, yeah.
I actually listened to one of their songs and watched one of their music videos the other day. They're pretty good.
I listened to one and
The song was called White Wine Spritzer, which I found very
Yeah,
funny.
that's very fun.
The chorus was I guess I'll have a white wine spritzer.
I watched one. I
So-
watched one of the music videos, and I don't think the music was for me. Very
It's
much.
like kind of like the shit I used to listen to. Like it's
But if we're talking like music based on TV shows that is like just somehow right up my alley, a good friend, probably future guest of the pod, Andrew Bensley, and I discovered that the singer from the Wonder Years and the singer from emo band The Early November just released an EP about season 1 of Friday Night Lights. It's just a 6-song EP
That's dope.
covering aspects of the town and about the characters. And the first song is about Tim Riggins from Friday Night Lights, and it slaps.
well, I know that chick from that Snape band.
Yeah, I know. We've talked about Snape on the podcast
Yeah,
before.
they're sick, man. I'd like honestly recommend listening to them.
Yeah, I tried. Not for me. I was
Yeah, they're kind of like gloomy punk.
It's kind of like, doom metal punk.
That's not metal though. It's
kind
like
of.
doomy. It's kind of like post punk, but like kind of grim.
What
gothy
about Post
post-punk.
Malone punk?
I would. That's kind of pretty up my alley.
Yeah.
sounds real bad.
I'm seeing Post Malone when he comes out.
Really? Surely he'd be doing like a stadium, right?
He's doing Acer or whatever they call Acer now.
So you paid more than $100 to see him?
Not yet, but I will. Yeah, definitely. He's great. I love him.
And you're taking out a loan to pay for your wedding.
Yeah, of course.
Are you considering maybe not getting the Post Malone tickets?
Yeah.
No.
Have you considered
like
having
$400.
any financial control of yourself?
No. I'll be sitting. I'm not going to be in the mosh for Post Malone. I'll get the cheap tickets.
Yeah, but that's still, I imagine, will start at $79.80.
Have you heard Better Now? It's such a banger.
Better Now's the one from Into Spider-Verse?
No, that's some Sunflowers one from Spider-Verse, which is also very
Well,
good.
then, no, I have not. I don't think I've ever heard a Post Malone
He's
song.
really
I
good.
heard one, and it was like not good.
And he smells bad, right?
No, that's a myth.
Almost certainly he smells bad. Look at him.
You looked at
Didn't-
me when you said that.
Yeah,
It
because
was a
Rose
kind
is,
of like-for-like example.
Rose is talking about you.
Post Malone's
It's
dope.
a like-for-like thing.
Um,
We should talk about this movie.
Yeah. I really liked it. I thought it was real fun. Rose McGowan is excellent.
Snack.
She
She's
played
also
very
obviously,
well.
yes, unbelievably attractive. Maybe a runner. Maybe it's, I reckon maybe her or Kat
Taking on
Dennings.
Kat Dennings when she was 17.
Yeah, 18.
Julie Benz played the like dumb follower quite well.
Julie Benz played it well, but the character really was written like they were missing maybe a quarter of their brain.
Oh yeah.
Like, seemed to almost be excited that they'd killed the friend at some points.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like, it's funny, but it's weird that she's
yeah.
bordering on this.
I think I just like creepy high school shit.
I think you just like
What?
high school girls.
No. No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, what's your favorite part
Like
about this
early
movie off
high
the top of
school
your head?
age.
Nothing.
'Cause it's like, I know there are Rose McGowan,
Yeah.
titties, corset, emo.
To be fair, she was over 18 when this was filmed.
Yeah, I
fine.
know she was over 18, but your favorite part about this movie is clearly lusting after someone.
Hey,
Yeah,
is this a
I
good
did like
character?
the story.
Rose McGowan. I'm trans.
That's good.
That is very funny.
There was a visual element to that.
Yeah,
that
he
feels
does
gonna
like
be
to. He
lost.
does do the shake, doesn't he?
Oh, man, that is great.
Yeah. Am I qualified to be trans? Well, I've got these two dicks.
Yours almost veered over to the Joker, being like, you want to know how I got this dick?
Joker McGowan's not bad.
Yeah, all right.
Rebecca Gayheart, I felt, was interesting
Great
choice.
name, too.
Oh, so good. But interesting choice to be the like morally
Good girl?
Conflicted one, because like she's so good at playing like bitchy.
Yeah, I like the bad girls.
Like you ever see
Jesus.
Urban Legend?
No.
No.
Oh man, because look, spoiler alert, she's the killer in it.
Damn.
But it's like a reveal at the end that she didn't die, and it's so menacing. And they could have really.
I think she was
got
in
that
Dead
out.
Like Me for a little bit. Did you ever see Dead Like Me, Hastings?
Nah, I've never seen anything that isn't written by Aaron Sorkin or Post Malone.
You would love Dead Like Me.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's very Hastingsy.
Okay.
In that it's kind of about
Is that the
death.
one where she's dead?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
she
have seen
becomes
the
like
trailer.
A Grim Reaper.
You would have been a Veronica Mars fan, I assume.
I'm a
right?
huge Veronica Mars fan.
Is John Veronica Mars isn't Whedon, is it?
No,
But who is it?
Rob Thomas.
What else has he done other than Matchbox 20?
Well, he did the Smooth with Santana. He did iZombie as well.
Oh yeah, that show's really bad.
No, it's great.
Man, I saw a couple episodes. Actually, the girl who worked at Grilled, when I was at her house, she showed me This was years ago. I haven't seen that woman in a long time. She showed me iZombie, and it was really bad.
No, it's actually good, and you're wrong.
She loved Supernatural as well. I bet there's a lot of women that like Supernatural a lot.
iZombie is better than
I'm
Supernatural.
not at all surprised by that.
But they're all the guys from Supernatural are all ripped and classically handsome. It doesn't really make sense for them to be.
because they're like.
Yeah, in their
It's-
fantasies, they're Sam and Dean, and you're like a fucking creature.
Oh right,
You're the
I see.
creature from the Black Lagoon.
That is, I do look like every villain from
You
Supernatural.
do look like a little creature.
Yeah, pale ale.
We've compared you to Salacious Crumb on this podcast before. I
If
assume,
not,
right?
it's a good call.
You definitely are Salacious.
I think Alexi compared me to Salacious Crumb.
Yeah, you look like him,
Yeah.
and you
And you're small like him.
and you screech like him. Yeah.
Oh, phone books here.
Ah, man, that nickname is bad.
Which
That's
one
good.
was phone books again? Is it because you ripped
Because
phone books?
No, it's phone books
Because I'm so
he's got
jacked, I rip phone books in half.
because he's got to stand on them to look taller.
Oh, right.
I'm actually very tall.
But you wear lifts.
I mean, to make myself taller. But Not, an idiot. I liked the opening thing where it showed how they make Jawbreakers. I thought that was really cool. I liked the movie. I think it was really good.
Do you fuck with Jawbreakers?
No. I think they're kind of like sickly sweet and boring.
Samesies.
I don't like
had
novelty
one that
lollies.
I had one that I kept in like a little container, I reckon, for like over a year.
Gobstoppers were okay because at least they had flavor, but and they were smaller and it was like a one-use experience.
What's the real gobstopper, would you say?
Good question. Where to go with this, Rev? I guess I'd have to say that it's my dick.
You can lead a horse to water, and the horse will teach itself to drink comic gold.
Teach your horse to drink.
And then he'll try and fuck
he'll-
the horse.
Teach your horse to drink.
Teach a fish to fuck.
Teach a horse to drink and he'll riff for a day.
Teach a horse to drink, and he'll fuck
Make
the
a horse
fish.
to water and he'll fuck.
Make a horse out of water. You could fuck that horse. You can fuck the water horse.
This is literally gibberish. This bit is that we say gibberish.
Yeah, I know. It's good.
This is the director after he got the movie.
Are you still drunk?
Yeah, what is this?
You're talking very slowly and slowly.
And slurred.
One, I do that anyway, and two, I'm clearly not, functioning at 100% capacity. But anyway,
Correct.
They said they'd finance the film if they could cast either Natalie Portman, Kate Winslet, or Rose McGowan. Can you
Damn.
imagine if, Kate Winslet in this movie?
Yeah, I would have
Would be
loved
Yeah,
that.
Rose McGowan was perfect.
The one, I would have loved
I'm
it.
a big
She's
Natalie
beautiful.
Portman fan, though, as an actress and of her
Yeah.
body.
Natalie Portman's great.
She's not
A great actress,
I don't
though.
think she's voluptuous enough.
No, she would have been bad in this role.
Y'all seen fucking Closer, yo?
No, I haven't. I want to.
Yeah.
She's
Natalie
like
Portman.
a stripper in it, wearing.
Natalie Portman's
not
much
very
more.
baby.
Yeah, the Panic at the Disco songs are named after lines from Closer.
Yeah, I know
I,
that. But
quite
it's better
enjoyed
if
that
you
movie.
do.
Yeah, exactly.
I imagine
I
that.
we need to talk about this.
Did you ever go through a phase where you liked the movie Garden State, Hastings?
No, thank God.
It seems like
Really?
you would have.
Have I?
surprised.
This is an old bit that he doesn't do anymore, and it's a real thing, so I'm sure it's fine telling it. Have you ever had when Jerry McGowan was like 16, 17, his move was to bring girls over and put on Garden State and pretend he hadn't seen it?
Yes, that rules.
Apparently he did it like 5 times.
That is
funny.
so
and he was
good.
also he's like, worked every time. That's a fun impression to do. I'm going to do that more, I think.
Yeah.
What
it-
is that?
Jared
Jared
McGowan.
Is that Jared McJoker that you're doing?
Yeah.
We should
Joker
talk about
McGowan.
this. A critical response was overwhelmingly negative.
I don't get it. I don't
It's
think
because it's a straight Heather's ripoff.
Yeah. 'cause
Yeah.
that was the
Without
next
like
point.
without
It
the
said
proper
heavy
dark
plagiarism.
satire.
Let's do Heathers soon.
Yeah, Heather's is on Netflix.
I've heard it's
Yeah.
really, really good. Isn't there the remake that's on Netflix, though? Or are they both on Netflix?
No,
There's no remake. The remake
Stan-
was a show on Stan.
Yeah, Stan
Right.
has the TV
So
show.
the movie's on Netflix then.
Yeah.
Let's
Yes.
do it. Because one of my favorite albums is named after it.
But this is like.
And what's that album?
Dear Diary, My Teenage Angst Has a Body Count.
By which band?
From first to last.
And did you want to talk about them at length a little today?
No, we'll do that during Heathers.
Okay.
But this is like crazy. This has got like an approval rating of 7% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's not even like I can see why someone would think it was bad. It wasn't that bad. I quite liked it.
Yeah, I
I don't.
Maybe if
there-
I'd seen Heathers, it would be
There's
different.
citations needed here on the Wikipedia thing, but it
What?
says, but it says this throwaway comedy falls victim to its hip sensibilities, leading to its inclusion on several of the website's lists ranking the worst films, earning the distinction of being the single worst film of 1999.
Man, that sounds like a review of me.
the single worst.
The single worst birth of 1990.
Yeah, exactly. I sort of, man, this is a weird pet peeve of mine. When people talk about 90s kids, they don't know how long the 90s were. Like, they don't really seem to, like...
Generally, the length of a
I
decade.
agree. That's my thinking on it. I saw a meme...
Are you saying that people go into like the 2000s and stuff?
I'm saying that people...
Well, the 90s
like, I think
truly
that's how it
ended-
started.
The 90s truly ended in 2001, the year that Blink-182 released their last non-serious album.
Yeah. that's
Also
true.
9/11.
Yeah.
No, it's like I saw a meme the other
That
day.
was my 9/11.
I think it started off
Sorry,
with
I
people
forgot.
extending it to include themselves, and then that's got warped by people who aren't 90s kids. So I saw one that was like Generation Z, which I'm not sure is a real thing, but it was saying like people aged like 17 to 19 now. It's like my brother's age, I guess. It was saying like, they don't really get 90s kids because like, they were a little too young to grow up with all the technology, but like they're not 90s kids. Like they didn't grow up with Nirvana. And I'm like, my dad was born in 1973 and he grew up on Nirvana. Do you know what I mean? 90s kids. I was 1 year old when that album got released.
Yeah, I like Nirvana.
It's ridiculous.
Nirvana passed me by. I was like 6.
Yeah, you would have to be. My dad was maybe a couple years too old to be a full
I think if you were
Nirvana
born
guy.
in 1975.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That's
Yeah.
when you grew up on
1975,
Nirvana.
76. That means you're 15 when Nevermind comes out.
And you're like becoming a shit.
Even
being,
people
Yeah.
who were in their like
Yeah.
20s would have.
Imagine
been
claiming that someone
into
born
that
in
at the time.
1975 is a 90s kid. That's Generation X. Like that's full big time Generation X.
Generation Strange.
Well, I feel
Man,
like
fuck yeah.
the original sort of assessment of it was like people like us whose childhood.
Yeah,
was
so
in the
like
90s.
85 to 90, I would say.
Yeah.
Are you 85 or 86?
86.
Yeah, you would have grown, like, Nickelodeon
You look
and
great
shit.
for your age.
First year that Neighbours
86.
premiered.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
I'm younger than Neighbours.
Yeah, well, I'm the same age, bitch. Also, I believe it was the first year that the Super Mario came out in 1986, maybe.
I haven't
In
checked the year.
86? Jesus.
Yeah, Mario already existed in Donkey Kong before then, but yeah.
Yeah, but
As
he was called
Jumpman.
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 Like the
Yeah.
Drake song.
Even I
Yeah.
know that one.
Jumpman, Jumpman, Jumpman.
I used to.
I think it's Drake,
have
sorry.
you watched the movie Jumper with Hayden Christensen?
No,
and
I've never
Rachel
seen the movie.
Bilson?
But my old guitar teacher scored that movie.
No
Really?
way, that's cool. The movie sucks.
So I heard.
It's real
Yeah.
bad, but it's because
But a great score.
Hayden Christensen like plays like a very angsty like Anakin Skywalker guy who can like use his jumping powers to teleport around. And I'll tell you what makes the movie a lot of fun, especially if you're sitting next to someone that's kind of into it. Just referring to him as a little jump man over and over again. I did that for like 90 minutes while the person's like next to me was like, I'm actually
Why
trying
am
to
I
watch them.
marrying you again?
I'm trying to watch. No, my wife. That was like one of the first times my wife was like, "Oh, I knew I liked you because you kept disrupting my housemate's experience of the film by like because he was like, shut up,' and I was like, oh, is he gonna do one of his little jumps, little jump man?
That's funny. That's how you guys met, right? You were friends with her housemate?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I said to like, I said to them, I was like, I'm gonna pound down.
Oh, God.
Fuck yeah, dog. Yvette's still mad that
Because
I
you didn't
ignored
pound
her
it
in a
down.
nightclub in 2010. She's still mad about it.
Yeah. Did she bring it up? Like,
Yeah,
how
still.
many times a year?
I reckon she brings it up once a week.
That's fucking weird.
Oh, no, it must have been 2012 because she turned 18 in 2012. So, yeah, 2012 it would have been.
So you were grooming her.
No.
That's-
She wanted me. I ignored her
until she was of age.
until she was 20 years old. And then I was like, okay.
But you chatted to her on like you chatted to her on like messaging
No,
programs. and
I never
stuff.
did.
Maybe like asked her. for nudes.
Her housemate
Well,
is
listening
an
to
old...
brand new in the
Yeah.
background.
Her housemate at the time was an old friend of mine. You know the 60 Minutes clock? The
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
that, but it's
But
until
it's
she turns 18.
Yeah, it's just
No, yeah, that's
what the
what-
fuck's that song called? Tommy Gun. Yeah, okay, I believe you.
Okay, I believe you. Tommy
Yeah,
Gun
so
does.
that's
Which-
the emo 60 minutes where it's like sit down, have a seat.
Also, you ever see that song live? It fucking slaps.
Yeah, it rules. But I mean, I can't get on board with the band's politics.
I'm more of a me versus Maradona versus Elvis kind of guy. You know what I'm
you
saying?
totally are.
Very uncool lyrics.
I think like the first album's lyrics are like so uncool.
Oh, yeah, but that's like in a regular pop punk way. That song
Yeah.
is genuinely terrifing and creepy.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I believe
But
you.
he's playing a character.
The okay, I believe you.
Based on
lyrics are
actions
good.
he actually did, it seems.
Yes.
But we later found out turned out not to be a character.
Yeah. The okay, I believe you lyrics are good
I love that song.
because it like
That's a character.
well, it depicts that kind of like cock rock emo guy,
Yeah.
and then he just turned out to be about him instead of other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was walking around singing Spin Light the other day. That song still slaps too.
I never hugely got into that one.
What album's that from?
That's
Deja
Deja. It's the
Intended.
second song. No, third song after Sick Transit. It's the
Sick
time has come.
Trans-
for-
Yeah, I know. It's I thought that was called something else.
I think,
gonna
I
write-
think it's I Will Play
I'm
My
gonna
Game
write a
Beneath It.
parody.
Oh,
about-
right. I will play my game. I'll spin my light.
I'm
Right,
gonna
sorry. I
write-
thought you said spin something. I was like, I don't know what that is.
I-
Yeah, I'll play my game. I'll spin the light. I think it's called.
I'll play my game beneath the spin light.
Whatever.
I'm going to write a parody version about a transgender woman called Sick Trans Dick Gloria.
Sick. Wait, Gloria. Sick trans dick. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, man.
I
He's
think-
the
I
lamb.
think
She
it-
is the slaughter.
I think I'm going to start referring to myself on stage as a chick with a dick.
That's not bad.
Hmm.
I'm going to start referring to myself on stage as the act that you're watching crushing right now. Is that anything?
So you're referring to me? One.
It's really hard to sell that, though. You know?
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah. What else happened in Jawbreaker?
Y'all
I
ever
don't
killed
know.
someone at your high school?
Bullying's fun. We can talk about that.
I think we've talked about how my friend, I won't name him, about how my friend used to talk about how he was going to buy a gun and take it to school, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we
Yes,
definitely
you have
talked
to.
about that.
Why wouldn't you want to name him?
Well, he's very successful now.
And also, he's talking about a murder in the story.
Yeah, well, he wanted to commit a school shooting and would occasionally tell me that I had made the list or had not made the list, which was thrilling for a guy that you were ostensibly best friends with,
And
that sometimes he would not murder you.
speaking of school shooters, do you want to tell that story from last night?
No, we don't have enough time.
All right,
And
all
like
right.
I've told it on a podcast before. So
Yeah.
we could clip.
All right, how about let's not do it on the pod then. How about you just direct him to the correct podcast?
yeah. Oh shit. No, but it'll be fun. No.
All right, we'll do it on the pod. We'll do it
Yeah,
on the pod.
We'll either do it on the pod or just come and find me in person, buy me a drink, and be like, sit down, bitch, and tell me the fucking story. And as soon as
Or-
someone says those magic words, I have to do it.
Here's a teaser. Maybe we could save it for if we ever do a live episode.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's good.
Look, we can discuss this off pod.
Nah, well, let's do it all
Because
now.
now that's what I'm doing there is trying to implant the idea of a live episode in the listener's head. So they go,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
tell their friends about the podcast, and more people start listening as a way to kind of
Yeah, I
make
think
that
what it
happen.
is kind of like the PFT 300 that Paul F. Tompkins used to do.
What was that?
So before he became like household name and podcast guest and BoJack Horseman thing, he was like a working stand-up comedian, but not like making heaps of money. And
Is this pre or post Mr. Show?
this is post Mr. Show.
Right.
This is like in the age of Facebook. This is like maybe
Right.
2010. Before like being like on Earwolf podcast really broke Paul F. Tompkins. Like.
Right. Even though he was still on them a lot by that point.
Yeah. But so he used to do this thing called the PFT 300, where it was like, all right, so people always ask me on Twitter to come to your town. Like, I'd love to, but here's the thing: if you set up an event and you can get 300 people in on it who say they'll buy tickets, I'll book a venue and do the show there.
Right.
Which is what we want to do with this. We essentially say, we want 20 people who listen to this to say that they'll come to Everly and watch us do it.
Man, I reckon Powerbomb Comedy Festival 2019, we do it at Everly.
Yeah. But why would we not do it at Powerbomb?
Because it's a
the
bigger
worst
room.
audio of all time.
Yeah, and the bigger room.
It's a bigger room.
Okay, well, why don't we just call it the We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All Festival?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
We could just do a live one-off one at Everly. I'm sure
Yeah.
people would be...
Yeah, that's either way, whatever we name it doesn't change.
I'm sure
That's what
people
it is.
would hate it either way.
Look, we don't need to
Oh,
do the logistical planning of this
Yeah.
podcast. Write in if you have an opinion on whether or not we should do it at
Can't-
Powerbomb or Everly.
Can't wait to see Jackson Stewart's face while we talk about him.
Yeah, that'll be
yeah.
great.
Oh, that's what the whole thing would be.
He
Like
angry
everyone.
reacted to Ben Caution's slams on him the other day.
He's playing.
Yeah, I know. He's just a playful little boy.
He's a playful, cheeky little
He
monkey.
is a cheeky little monkey.
Uh,
Did you see that the cheekiest monkey in the jungle shirts that got pulled by like H&M ages ago?
No. What?
Did you not?
No,
Like,
what's
because it
that?
just reignited with. Do you know like how Katy Perry just got those those insane blackface shoes?
Yeah.
No.
They're just black shoes with a face on them.
Yeah,
it
real
looks-
fucked up.
So it looks like a blackface on a foot. So there was this shirt that got in trouble. I'm pretty sure it was H&M ages ago, and it was like a little black kid wearing like a green t-shirt that said "cheekiest monkey in the jungle,"
Ooh.
Oh right.
and
yeah,
he's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like posed for the thing. And
Oh,
then
I
it's a
do
new
remember
t-shirt.
that. Yeah. I remember I got into an argument at work about it because I was like,
Backlash
"Oh
was
yeah,"
swift.
and then they were like, "I don't see what's racist," and I was like, "It's not saying they were deliberate, but like just better optics."
Yeah, like.
Like, how did no one at any stage go, "Oh, maybe we should use a different"?
Yeah.
But then, do you think it like say if they had done that photo with a white kid,
But
right?
No, it's completely different then.
Yeah, it is completely different. But yeah, and I agree with you. It's completely different. But is it better just to not make that shirt so maybe that thing doesn't happen?
Yeah, you shouldn't make a shirt where you have to use a white person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a shirt.
Just
that,
don't make the shirt.
a
Yeah.
shirt that implies someone is a monkey.
Yeah, just generally just stay away from it just in case. Just
yeah,
to be
yeah,
safe.
yeah.
Yeah, now let's hurry this podcast up, you fucking monkey.
Hey!
Would have been better if I called you the N-word then.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think
Alright,
it would have
time to
been,
end.
but
Yeah.
we've done 50 minutes and it's fucking hot as shit. man.
Oh, can I actually have a story about that real quick?
What, the N-word?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hosting the lounge the other day, and pretty cool brag.
Yeah, no, I saw you drop it.
I was hosting the lounge.
How'd
and
you go?
Yeah, real good. I was
Not
real
what I
happy with
heard.
it.
Not what I heard. But
It's not what you heard. You didn't hear shit.
I only heard from you.
I'm dubious because I would have thought that if it was going really well, you would have been real in the group chat, being like, "Guys, I'm doing
dude.
great.
I didn't want to jinx myself, dude. When you're in the when you're mid game, you talk shit before and after.
I don't know. I'm happy to be like, it's going well.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. I don't fuck with that shit. It's invoking hubris. Anyway, it was going well. And Rowan Thambar went up, and Rowan Thambar has a long bit where he deliberately doesn't. He's a black guy, or like
A balding Indian.
yeah, but he does like. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if the balding was necessary. I don't know.
A balding, ugly.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to paint more of a vivid
Yeah.
picture.
He has a bit where he talks about how there's debate about whether or not he can say the N-word, and he very cleverly doesn't say it the whole way.
Yeah, he says oranges or something.
He apples. He says apples instead, and he starts replaying using
I think
phrases
I've
replacement.
seen this
It's
bit,
actually it's quite clever. It's a good bit. And then the big punchline at the end, right at the end, he just says the word, right?
Yeah.
And it's a big shock though. It's very, but he goes blah blah blah, says the word. Thanks, good night, walks off stage, so I have to go on. And like that takes like just a second of resetting. So like it's not enough time to do a bit. I'm just gonna do like a quick riff. Riff that came out was, imagine if I said it too.
Oh, yes. And how was that received?
Oh, well. It was probably, like, it didn't like bomb, but it was just like a bit of like, oh.
Especially with a big smile on your face. Imagine if I got to say the N-word.
That would be really funny if you just totally lost them there.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, no, I got it back. It was all
Just
fine.
hated you for the rest of the night.
Yeah. There was a couple like fully making, like I saw a guy with like,
That happens at the lounge so
it's
often.
so
I
weird.
just assumed that my comedy made people horny.
It was right
Did
in
it
my
happen
eyeline.
during you?
I've had it happen during me too.
I've seen it happen during Sam Campbell twice.
That's so
I've seen
funny.
it
and he
happen.
caught them once. He's like, these people are making out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
addressed it on
called someone
stage.
out for it as well.
Yeah,
I would if I saw
So
it.
what happened to me on Monday was it was right in my island. They were up on the higher stools, right where you look when you're on
That
stage.
front bit.
Yeah.
I've seen it there as well. And whoever was on stage, I was like trying to wave at them to be like, fucking look at that. Because like it was so tender. It was like face on
Yeah,
like,
so
hand on the face and shit.
this is what I had.
Maybe it's the same people.
These couple are making out. I go, ha, you guys are making out. Everyone, I make fun of them for a little bit.
And you call them the N-word, right?
Yeah, of course. Everyone laughs at their expense. It's great. It's good crowd work at this stage. Like, it's all gone good. I just go back into a joke. I get 30 seconds back into the joke. They're back at it again, but this time, you know, like where like you do like the hand around the chin when you kiss someone, but to a point where if you do it real hard, it's kind of like you half do it on the chin, you half choking them a little bit. Like there's a bit of, it was like a real kind of like, it seemed like
so
almost,
he goes like, and she goes,
yeah, there's like it was like oh, they're fucking going for it, like whatever. And so I like called that out and brought that up, and they were like still just completely unashamed. And like later on, I'd be like, go outside, like what are you fucking? Yeah, they were like, this dude was choking this chick in the audience.
It was probably Butt Baby was getting more horny.
Didn't do butt baby.
Cambo's reaction was just like, these people are making out. And then it was like, was it the joke about cheese?
That's very cute.
That's funny.
Should we plug shit? You need to get going for
Yeah,
your
what
booty
time
call.
is it?
It's
He needs to go and
1:25.
plug shit.
Yeah, you
I
need
mean,
to-
what? Yeah, we've done enough time.
Yeah, we've
It's
done
fine.
enough time.
Yeah, fuck you guys. This shit's free.
Yeah. Powerbomb comedy.
It should be a fuck you guy.
It's every Friday.
Every Friday at Stave's
It's every day, bro.
Brew House.
Yeah.
Stave's Brewery. Look it
Stave's
up.
Brew,
Powerbomb
haha.
Comedy. Glebe. Friday nights.
what do
$10
you-
tickets. I will be in Melbourne from this, I don't know, sometime in the second half of the comedy festival. Come see me there, looking up on the website. I'm also doing Sydney Comedy Festival at the 1st and 3rd of May at the Factory Theatre in Marrickville. Both of them are my brand new hour, which is not yet written. Vulgar display of comedy. It's going to be real okay.
Yeah.
I'll be up here palling down with my good mate Jamie Kirk doing bonus episodes that don't have you
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah, okay. I'm fine with that.
What'll I be doing?
Come to comedy at Papagetti's is the
Or
third
don't.
Tuesday of every month. You're doing the next show.
Oh, yeah, I have to.
What, this Tuesday?
No, the
Yeah,
one after that.
come to the next Papagetti's. I'm doing a spot so.
Yeah. I will have just done
and
one.
you have a good track record in that room.
I'm
so.
a good comedian.
Did I convince Pat to book you last night, by the way?
Well, I haven't gotten any messages. Yeah, Jamie was like being like, no, seriously, Pat, you should book him.
When? Like at the end? Because I was there at the end.
Yeah. There.
I
You were
turned
there.
to Pat and was like, have you ever considered giving Hastings paid work?
Oh, yeah.
And it
I
got a
remember that.
big laugh at the table. And I'm not sure if it was because of the way I said it or because of what they all think of Andrew as a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the way Pat reacted.
Yeah.
It's a combination of all these
Well,
things.
because I was doing this riff with Pat where he was pointing at like Henning. No, he was pointing at someone being bad, and I was saying that his finger automatically points to Hastings when he does it.
Yeah. I'm trying to grow as a man.
Yeah. All right, that'll do it for us. To the next step.
To the next step.
do the honourable thing and lie about murdering this dead girl for me.
Is that Jared?
It's Rose
Joker?
McGowan.
No, that's Joker McGowan.
No, that was Rose McGowan.
Okay.
Because I was doing a thing for the movie, and a bit that he
but
does.
as
The do the
Jared.
honourable thing's a line from one of
I'm
his jokes.
confused. I think the Rose McGowan is the trans person is better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
'Cause then it makes
Jared.
sense.
Oh, okay, right. But Rose McGowan is a famous actress.
yes,
yes.
I know.
So is the joke? Okay, I see. There's
Joke
layers.
is a combination.
There's
Bye.
layers.